have in the 2023 election. It is a sad one, actually. But we must also sit up and make sure that we start taking steps right from now to ensure that, yes, the needful is done by Nigerians to make sure that votes count, actually. But virtually, except in some few circumstances in Nigeria, votes did not count. But I am telling you, fortunately for us here in Adamawa State, our votes counted. Every attempt made by forces to take away that power from the masses was thwarted, some by forces beyond human perception and understanding.
Electoral Act a while ago. I mean, when that piece of legislation was signed by the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, there were Nigerians, including lawyers like yourself, who said, look, this is a game changer for our politics and, more importantly, for our electoral process. In your candid opinion, would you say we saw in specific ways how the Electoral Act changed the way we conduct elections in Nigeria?
Well, in all fairness, actually, the most radical revolutionary change that the Electoral Act has brought is the use of the bimodal voter BVAS accreditation process. But we have seen how the human factor made nonsense of that, actually, that introduction of technology where transmission of results, accreditation of voters and whatever. In some places where they wanted to create one problem or the other, they hide under the cover of network glitch that they could not transmit because of one reason or the other. They have problems with their server and whatever, so that they could manipulate the results. Yes, we have seen a lot of people praised the Electoral Act, actually. When it was signed, it was a novel act, full of promise. But man, as usual, and because of our own carelessness and manipulations, actually, it could not be so fruitful as it should have been, but we are still hopeful that we will consolidate on that. And I am calling on Nigerians, all well-meaning Nigerians, lovers of democracy, those who are passionate about the consolidation of democracy and transparent elections. Let us start working on the Electoral Act now, so that by 2025, we should be done with the Electoral Act and ensure its strict compliance. That is what I am advocating now. Sorry, I didn't get that. I am not getting you. Sorry. Oh.
Thank you for staying with us. We do sincerely apologize for that interruption in broadcast. It was occasioned by a technical problem, which has now been rectified. Just a while ago, I was talking with Barrister Sunday Wugira, who is, of course, a lawyer and political commentator. So, if you can hear me now, Barrister Wugira, I was just saying a while ago that, I mean, you witnessed, like many other Nigerians, how that a good number of cases arising from the general elections ended up in court. What is the implication of that with regards to politicking? And then add to that, what does it indicate in terms of where we should be heading as a country?
Well, it is a right of every participant to vent his whatever issue he has in the court with the election. But it is also a pointer that we are yet to be true with the whole thing. Chiefly being that if the election were to be conducted in a transparent manner, in a way that it is apparent that the process is free, fair, and credible, a lot of the litigants before the court wouldn't have gone to court, actually. Secondly, if you look at the way and manner litigants are rushing to court, actually, it is also an indicator that we have a fundamental issue, because a lot of the litigants are going to court believing that it is the court that will give them the mandate the people did not give them, which is sad and indeed a sad commentary on our judicial process. That is to tell you that we still have a long way to go, and as a people and as a nation, there is the need for us to recollect ourselves and then introspect on a lot of issues, see how we can wriggle ourselves out of this dead end that we pushed ourselves, rightly or wrongly, consciously or unconsciously. Because as it is now, actually, the judiciary is the one that is on trial now in all through the matters. And you have seen the rippling effect on the judiciary itself. People are having faith in the judiciary, yes. People are getting dissatisfied every day, yes. People are having doubts every day, yes. And then we have seen how some of the judgments are even conflicting on the same issue. The court here will give a different decision, and on the same issue again, another court will give a different judgment or decision. So there is the need for the judiciary itself to up its ante and look at ways and means to at least streamline some of these judgments to go to have the same outcome when the issues are the same. Actually, we have to accept the fact that every human endeavor is laced with human frailties and failings. But then we still have a lot to do, and then we have much more to do. And a lot is expected of the judiciary, actually, having been given a lot.
Barrister Wugira, President Tinubu has been in office for virtually 7 months now. How would you so far assess his performance in critical sectors, particularly the economy, areas like infrastructure, education, and health?
Well, in all honesty, we have to accept the fact that, one, President Tinubu came at a very difficult time when virtually this country was at its lowest ebb, and everything has been destroyed. Yes, we have to give it to him. But then he is part and parcel of the process from the beginning in 2015. So what credit goes to the government in the past, particularly as run by the party, he must also he takes the credit, the assets and liabilities of the past government, whether we like it or not, whether he will accept it or not. But then, in fairness to him, he has demonstrated faith and desire to bring an enduring change. Nobody should expect that the change will just come in this with the story of creation. Let it be, and it is just there. You know, he is a human being, and he must be commended for some of the actions he has taken, even though he has made several mistakes in several other areas. But with particularly with regards to the economy, I am satisfied that despite the difficulties, he is on the right track, but he still needs to do more, actually. In terms of the health sector, yes, we have seen the revolutionary trends that is taking place, and personally, I am having confidence that change will come, actually, in the course of time if this tempo is to be maintained. With regards to the education sector, I am also satisfied, particularly with the steps that is being taken. You see, the mistake we have had or made in the past is because we are bringing in round pegs to put them in square holes, and that will not work. If you look at the from 2015 to 2023, the Minister of Education was a misfit. You know, with all sense of responsibility, I am saying this. He was a misfit. He does not understand the educational sector, the working of particularly the tertiary institutions. Now that a square peg has been put in the square hole, we have seen how the present minister, Professor Tahir Maman, is bringing in the requisite changes. Look at how in one instance, he has succeeded in convincing the president and the Federal Executive Council to remove tertiary institutions from the IPPIS. And that will show, or is a demonstration that yes, these people, they have the capacity, they have the competence, they have the will, and they have the zeal, and they know the way. So these are things that we need in this country at this time and in every sector. There are some ministers actually that do not understand the workings of their ministries and what it entails. Like some of them that are saying that state governors do not have the power to ban mining activities. They are unmindful of the provisions of the Constitution where these activities is capable of undermining the security of the state. So what I expected is some of these people, let them be humble enough to bring on board people that will advise them and make wide consultation before going to the press and they start embarrassing themselves and the government. By and large, I am giving the Tinubu administration a pass mark, actually.
Thank you so much for coming on the show this morning and sharing your thoughts with us on Global Morning. Sunday Wogira, lawyer and political commentator, joined us live via Zoom from Adamawa State.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
And this is where we're taking a quick break, everyone. We're back shortly with a second guest to expand the narrative as to where Nigeria has been so far in 2023. Do stay with us.